How do you go back in time and reach a place where you're living a life where you haven't visualized or experienced or conceptualized smoking weed and nicotine? I don't know what the fuck this video would even be called. Perception and the fourth dimension and smoking weed? Like, what? Hey, how's it going? Hope you are all well. I haven't made a video in a little while. I don't really know why. Whether it's because I'm more busy or more distracted. I've been able to, I've had the urge to talk about certain things, but then I just kind of haven't gone ahead and done it. And previously, it's like I've kind of felt like there was some need to do it in order to continue not smoking weed or nicotine. And I've thought, I don't have anything specific I want to say. I don't have a topic or something that other people might find valuable, and that kind of leads me astray from the whole point of this, which is the value it brings me. It's been 5 months. I don't know how many days. It's been about 5 months, and I haven't smoked weed or nicotine. So I'm proud of myself in that regard, and I'm still facing some of the same challenges that I've talked about previously, kind of this boredom and lack of inspiration and this low level kind of depression, even though I am having this ongoing success of not smoking. I still don't quite feel like I'm having an ongoing success, and I sort of have to say it out loud and remind myself. I have a friend that's experimenting with quitting nicotine. We're talking about him not smoking, and it just kind of triggered that thought in me, shit, I would like to be. It'd be so nice to feel that lightheaded chemical interaction, whatever the fuck you call that, whatever that can be described as, hitting a nicotine vape, and just feeling that. I was like, damn, yeah, that'd feel great. I went the whole day up before this conversation without thinking about nicotine and the desire, any amount of kind of desire for nicotine. But this conversation kind of brought it about. And it got me thinking about this other video that I watched in bed the other night about the fourth dimension. And, stay with me here, but we can't, it was a video about how do you visualize the fourth dimension. It's a crazy video. I'll link it. It's really cool. But it just made me think, how can you a lot of the video was about, how can we visualize the fourth dimension? It's something that we have never done. It's not in our framework for how to conceptualize something like that, because we live in a three-dimensional world. I can't help but compare, how can I visualize, how can I remember, compare, how can I conceptualize never having tried weed, never having smoked nicotine, never having experienced what it is to have that lightheaded kind of out of it bliss that nicotine provides, or that euphoric, genre bending, perception distorting reality that weed is, and what that feels like. Yet recently, when I'm busier and I'm doing shit, I go the whole day in that or almost the whole day in that sort of blissful ignorance of what it is to not want to turn to nicotine or weed. And then, at the end of the day, I have this conversation with my friend who's trying to quit nicotine, and it's like a wave crashes over me, and suddenly I see the fourth dimension. That's not right. It's not that I suddenly see the fourth dimension. It's that I am back to seeing and remembering all that life can be with weed, with nicotine, with that kind of on-command state change bliss. But that's the connection here that I'm wanting to make. This video about how do you visualize something that is sort of impossible to visualize based on the basis of our three-dimensional reality. How do you go back in time and reach a place where you're living a life where you haven't visualized or experienced or conceptualized smoking weed and nicotine? How do you live in that perception? How do you, am I living in that perception recently when I go all day and then only at the end of the day having this conversation I'm hit with this pang of withdrawal and desire? I'm just asking questions. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck this would be. This video would even be called. Perception and the fourth dimension and smoking weed. Like, what? If you stuck around, thanks. You're one of the real ones. And I appreciate all the comments, you might leave, or the thoughts you might have to share with me from watching this. So thank you. And take care. Till the next one.